Hi Virgos. How you doing, Virgins? And welcome to I can't believe it's mid-year already. Now, let's get started. This is your love reading for if it falls over a little bit into work and other aspects, I'm sorry, but that's just kind of the route that the reading wanted to go. Okie dokie. So, Virgos, allow yourselves to go within. Okay? I really strongly feel that some of you be feeling detached or isolated from a particular group, organization, or a person. Okay, you've got the Four of Fire, which is completion, but you have it in reverse. Um, it also speaks of like completion, like unity of a community, unity. Of unity within a family, a wedding, home life, um, a prosperous home life, celebration, togetherness, celebrations with the lover, this, that, and the third. But in reverse, it kind of speaks of the opposite of this. Or there be an upset home life, and you want to move on from this lonely feeling, which could also be the presence of the Six of Air that you have right next to it. The Six of Air in this deck speaks of clarity. This deck is a Native American, Native Indian tarot cards, and I really love them. They're quite filled with wisdom and knowledge, but they're a little bit different from the traditional ones. Okay, but it has beauty in these ones as well. So the Six of Clarity, yeah. You want to move on from this lonely feeling for some of you. For some, you want to move on to clarity for calmer waters, for calmer dream life and sleep life, or overall comfort at home. And I say that because you're also following up on that. You have the Nine of Air, which is hurt, or which is anxiety, which is fear, which is mental anguish that maybe keep you up at night, like the owl. But the owls are built for it. But us humans, we need our rest and we need to recuperate and we need to go within and we need to have a good amount of sleep, or we need to have not so much access and not so much things flowing out of control, or two things that you don't have a good grip or good firm grip on, things that you're actually getting stuff done that is ending in, that is resulting in accumulation. Okay, so you have the Seven of Water here that was paired up with the Nine of Hearts. So something is zapping your energy and you be focused on two things at once and not getting ahead in a prosperous manner. This, your energy is scattered on too much, maybe, and this excess is drowning you on your progress. It may be hard to forgive yourself or others that's for something that someone have done, and there may be the presence of this Nine of Air right here. The air is sword, so the air is mental. The air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius kind of signs because they are the air signs, and they represent swords in the other tarot card decks. Um, you need to let go of what's detrimental to you, okay? And you need to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate. Got the Four of Air here, which is contemplation. It came up in reverse. I try not to put too much emphasis on these cards on this deck with reversals, but it just gives me a heads up a little bit on the intuitive nudge to take for the reading. So yeah, the Four of Air, meditation, contemplation, just being detached, not really putting too much force on anything. You're just letting go and letting God or let the universe, and just being open and receptive to your inner spirit and to the inner guidance and from spirit world and from your ancestors. Okay, but it's contemplation. It's not really moving too much. It's um, having a detached thought process, or having a detached feeling towards things, so that you don't get too caught up on the mundane or too caught up in the nitty gritty. But with it coming up in reverse, I feel like it's saying it needs to probably kind of reevaluate and go back to the drawing board, but in a humble, like in a serene kind of way. Okay, and also to cut through to the chase and get to the bottom of things for clarity and open dialogue. And this open dialogue can even be within yourself or be within a certain spouse or an organization that I stated earlier that you feel a little bit isolated from, or like there's a strain in some sort of union or some sort of bond that used to be more fluid and may be strained right now for some reason. I feel like you are turning inwards because the core of this reading, in the center, you have the Hermit, which is actually a Virgo card. Okay, and with this Hermit, I feel like the core of the reading, it's It's a time to go to reflecting. It's an incubation time. You're disengaging and a lot of solitude. You have a few solitude cards here. You have this one, then you have the Four of Air, and then you have the Six of Air, then you have the Balance card that came in reverse, and Three of Water in reverse. All of these speaks of some sort of solitude or spending a lot of time on your own. Okay. The Hermit card can also mean spiritual guidance, spiritual intuition, or spiritual wisdom, or a spiritual teacher. Um, some of you have met a spiritual teacher on a journey or an adventure of some sort. Or it could just basically mean it's time to listen to your own inner light and your own inner guidance. Okay, and so this solitude and this time of reflecting and this time of disengaging, it may be brought about because some of your love interests maybe of some maybe at some distance from you. Okay, and this Six of Air, which is placed on top of the Hermit card, which is in this deck reverts to clarity or highlights clarity. I feel like these two together, um it mean that they are far away from you, and you need to travel, or some you need to travel in order to get into the presence of them. And then the Four of Wands reverse can also mean that they are of great distance away, and that's what's causing the not so happy home right now, or not so happy completion. If something feels a little bit incomplete because your other half be away from you, and that's why you be turning inward and just deciding to focus on your own qualities to nurture yourself so that you can be ready for them when this reconciliation does happen. And this is a general reading, so bear in mind it's not going to relate to all of you. Okay, um it's causing some heartache and on your emotions. Okay, some of you be resort to overindulging with drinking, and that can maybe be what the presence of this Nine of Air is for some of you. Okay, and then the Seven of Water, which is access, which is drinking. The water is Cups energy, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Okay. Be patient and restore balance within yourself. Tend to the body, tend to tend to your mind, your body, and your spirit. Okay, but I definitely feel like some of you be contemplating, like this reading is leaning more towards contemplating leaving a certain organization and isolating yourself a lot. So there may be love involved, maybe even have a spouse or a partner that you've already established with, but there's just some isolation right now this month. And you have the Balance card that came up in reverse, which can pertain to the Temperance card and the other tarot card decks. And in reverse, if something feels like there's an imbalance, or something feel like you need to get centered, you need to listen to yourself, you need to listen to your own talents, you need to listen to your own insides, because the outer world is not really giving you that much at the moment. Okay, but I definitely feel like it's contemplating leaving a group, or um, leaving a group or a job behind for another one, and you realize the time has come for this, and this is destiny, because you also have right underneath the Four of Fire, that completion card in reverse. You have small medicine wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune in this tarot card there. So a new way of doing things has emerged for you, and you have finally made a decision for your inner peace. You finally made a decision, or finally came to terms with something, because you have the inner peace card that came up in reverse. This often speaks of getting to the bottom of something, or finally, or getting clarity or peace of mind about something. Or now you finally want to let your feelings known to someone. If you have bottled your feelings up, someone that you have loved, that you love, or that you have feelings for, maybe now you've decided to let her rip and release the acts, or release the course of your heart, and you want to communicate an open dialogue. The air is about communicating. So in reverse, this card is very positive. Okay. Um, but don't forge your head boastingly. I just feel like everything needs to be in humble, peace, and serene way. I feel like a lot of you be taking a break from social life or within a particular group. You have the Three of Cups in reverse. This often means of sharing wealth, or sharing beauty, or sharing love, or sharing stuff, celebrating with other people, which whether it's friendships, whether it's colleagues, whether it's business partners. But in reverse, it means maybe you're detaching a bit from that. And like I said, you have a lot of detaching in this reading, or a lot of going within, or a lot of listening to your own inner light, or your own inner guidance within this reading. Um, you are trusting your manifesting abilities. Okay, you have the Ace of Earth here as well, Ace of Pentacles. So a gift or reward will come to you if you do decide to listen to your inner circle, your inner cycle. Okay, and some of you be going on a holiday by yourself. to think about your next moves in business wise and relationship wise. That may be the presence of the sun here, or the sun here can also mean the presence of a new beginning, a new job, or it can mean at the start of a holiday. And like I said, you have a lot of this movement or contemplation or meditation and relaxation, travel kind of cards here. So maybe going somewhere, maybe have a secret hideaway place that only you know about, or that makes you feel so serene, and that's where you're going to spend a lot of your time for this month. And if you are going on holiday, I feel like the spirit is advising you to indulge in fun or playful things, to recapture your inner light and youthfulness. Do something breathtaking and fun, Virgo. I know you guys are very calculated and strategic, but even if you're by yourself, just do something adventurous. And then at the base of the reading, you also have the big medicine wheel. So you have the small medicine wheel and you have the big medicine wheel. So whatever is happening is fated and it is destined. And it is something that is going to shift your life. And it can be travel, because the world, this is equivalent to the world card in the traditional decks. You're traveling to your lover, or you're traveling to find inner love within yourself, like I said, within that private vacation, some of you. All right. And then, now for the messages that you have from the Oracle cards, from the romance deck, you have past life relationship. You have known each other before, so whoever this resonates with some of you, you would know. And then you also have playfulness. As I said earlier, when this card jumped out, I was like, yes, this pertains to some of the messages for some of them in this reading. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And I want to read the definition of that one because it goes a little bit more. The romance angels are cherubs who embody all things romantic and who have a happy, youthful sense of playfulness. They delight in the wonders of love and ask you to do the same. The angels want to help you fall back in love with life again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. The angels ask you, when was the last time you had fun? If you don't remember, then it's long overdue for you to add some time to your schedule. The angels say that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The activities can be free of charge, such as exploring nature, auditioning for a local theatrical production, joining a community sports team, or trying something new. Playfulness is a good investment of your time, as it will renew your energy levels and elevate your mood. Playtime is essential in relationships too. To keep the free-spirited component of dating alive, plan regular date nights with your partner and take turns creatively planning fun activities such as miniature golf, karaoke, walking through flower garden, or flying kites together. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's an emphasis on solitude or on holiday or on relaxation or retreatment of some kind, even if you're on your own. And then from the wisdom of the Oracle deck, you received Treasure Island. This is another card that looks like vacation. You have you have a turtle swimming with pot of gold or pot of treasure on top of, sorry. And it looks so blissful and peaceful. Number 9. Treasure Island speaks of the law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as its form, as if from nowhere, financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. So that's probably what the presence of this Ace of Earth means. So the Ace of Earth is tangible, it's practical, it's money, it's prosperous, it's reliable, it's very good business acumen, and this is you, Virgo, because this is Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, which is the Earth sign. And you guys are very good at harvesting your crop or bringing crop into fruition or into getting tangible results, because you're very good with business and you're very practical, not really too much in la la land like some other signs. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities will be obvious, but others not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally in all aspects of your life at this time. You have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. The relationship message: your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need. But you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is the time to discover. It's as if everything is in sync and everyone is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. You can use these two cards popped out at the same time. Proper gifts, proper prosperity. Prosperity message. I'm gonna read the prosperity message because I feel like this has a lot to do pertaining to business as well, not just love for you. At this time, you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you are in the true manifestation period where you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in the reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. Okay, and then you received Oi, that gnome from the fairies, but this came up in reverse. Reverse, this is telling you that this is a card of a trickster, creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking habits and patterns. So if you guys feel stuck in a rut or stuck in an old relationship or old partnership or old way of just being so Virgo and not really wanting to let loose and have fun, then maybe this is what it is. Now, it is time to leap into the air, letting the earth turn beneath you and discover where you come down again. Reasonable risks are okay, even unreasonable risks probably okay. Use your head and look before you leap, of course, but do so understanding that the actual jump is likely to be very rewarding. No guarantees, but then there never really are anyway. No matter how pretty the paper seem to be printed on and the scroll work around the edge. In a reading, the presence of that gnome tells us that forces of chaos are at work. Things may not be as they seem, and this may very well be a good thing. Look for the unexpected, find opportunity in it, and go for it. He says that no matter how confused they seem, there is a way to make them better. But it is a creative way, one you haven't tried before. He says, think amazing new thoughts. And you receive this in reverse. So the reverse meaning for this is, in a way, a trickster is always reversed, and sometimes even perverse. Sometimes the reverse is even reversed into other dimensions. Standing on its head, that gnome could be saying, be careful, there is trickery going on, or he who hesitates is lost, or play it safe, or fools rush in where angels fear to tread. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes fools accomplish things that angels thought impossible, or complete honesty not be the best policy, but lying is definitely not the best policy, or discretion is the better part of the law. But which, you ask, is the real answer? Oh, you want to know that kind of answer? A neat one in the box. I'm sorry, but that gnome doesn't do those kinds of answers. He is there, just here, to shake you up, jolt loose some preconceptions, help you to see yourself and your situation as it really is, and aid you in finding new and unorthodox response. That's all. And from the Madison cards, you received Swan. 9. And Swan is asking you to Little Swan flew through the dream. This is about grace. Okay, this definitely speaks and definitely highlights with the fact of the hermit going within, speaking it, listening to your inner light, listening to your inner grace. And then you have the Four of Air, contemplation, meditation. And then you have the Six of Air, which is clarity. So this oracle card is definitely highlighting some aspects in this reading and definitely has a message for some of you. Grace. Little Swan flew through the dream time, looking for the future. She rested for a moment in the coolness of the pond, looking for a way to find the entry point to the future. This was a moment of confusion for Swan, as she knew she had happened into Dreamtime by accident. This was her first flight alone, and she was a bit concerned by the Dreamtime landscape. As Swan looked high above the sacred mountain, she saw the biggest swirling black hole she had ever seen. Dragonfly came flying by, and Swan stopped him and asked him about the black hole. Dragonfly said, Swan, that is the doorway to the other planes of imagination. I have been guardian of the illusion for moons. If you want to enter there, you will have to ask permission and earn the right. Swan was not so sure that she wanted to enter the black hole. She asked Dragonfly what was necessary for her to earn entry. Dragonfly replied, you must be willing to accept whatever the future holds as it is presented, without trying to change Great Spirit's plan. Swan looked at her ugly little duckling body and then answered, I will be happy to abide by the Great Spirit's plan. I won't fight the currents of the black hole. I will surrender to the flow of the spiral and trust what I am shown. Dragonfly was very happy with Swan's answer and began to spin the magic to break the pawn's illusion. Suddenly, Swan was engulfed by a whirlpool in the center of the pond. Swan reappeared 3 days later, but now she was graceful and white and long-necked. Dragonfly was stunned. Swan, what happened to you? He exclaimed. Swan smiled and said, Dragonfly, I learned to surrender my body to the power of Great Spirit and was taken to where the future lives. I saw wonders high on Sacred Mountain, and because of my faith and acceptance, I have been changed. I have learned to accept the state of grace. Dragonfly was very happy for Swan. Swan told Dragonfly many of the wonders beyond the illusion. Through her healing and her acceptance of the state of grace, she was given the right to enter the dream time. So it is that we learn to surrender to the grace of the rhythm of the universe and slip from our physical bodies into the dream times. Swan medicine teaches us to be at one with all planes of consciousness and to trust in Great Spirit's protection. If you pulled Swan, it ushers in a time of altered states of awareness and of development of your intuitive abilities. Like I said, the heart of the card is the Hermit card, going within, listening to yourself and your own inner guidance. Swan medicine people have the ability to see the future, to surrender to the power of the Great Spirit, and to accept the healing and transformation of their lives. The Swan card is telling you to accept your ability to know what lies ahead. If you are resisting your self-transformation, relax. It will be easier if you go with the flow. Stop denying that you know. Stop denying that you know who is calling when the phone rings. Pay attention to your hunches and your gut knowledge, and honor your female intuitive side. Also, another message from the fairy oracle, is the singer of the transfiguration number. And you received it in reverse, but I believe this card in reverse is still just very much upright. This card speaks of transformation, transcendence, and metaphors. Jackpot. This card in a reading signifies the joy of success after a time of struggle. A new way of life has been accepted and is being integrated. A sense of inner peace is growing. The struggle has all been worth it. This is a time of consolidation and joy. It is both a reward for the past achievements and a time of preparation for the next climb onto your path. Here you have inner peace, you have the sun, new beginnings. Thank you so much, Virgins. I hope this related to you. Please like and subscribe for the newbies. And for the oldies, hi babies. Please enjoy the rest of your June and have some fun. Let loose, even if it's within yourself. Test yourself and your boundaries.